Hey everybody, this is PJ Riley from Lancaster Archery. I'm here with Levi Perigo and Matt Gross from QuivAR, and we're here to tell you about the next generation of 3D targets.
This is going to help hunters make ethical shots.
We want to show people what it looks like while we're shooting at it. Let's see what QuivAR tells us.
Skeleton off, take the lever off, or other eye. You got it right on the top
like that
there.
top one. All right, Levi and Matt from QuivAR. First, tell us what QuivAR is.
Sure. So QuivAR is a target and archery shot analysis app. And in this case, QuivAR specifically built to augment or put up a virtual 3D anatomy inside of these foam targets.
All right, so what we have here is we have a BIGshot target. There are some Delta McKenzie target. What folks are going to look for are the X-ray series. BIGshot, Delta McKenzie, X-ray series targets. Those are the ones that are going to be what we're calling QuivAR enabled. We have a kind of stand-in now device there on the rear end of this target. Tell us what that is and how people are going to interact with this target.
Yeah, certainly. So our technology is able to be utilized in eventually any target. We chose Delta McKenzie and BIGshot to start out with, just due to the longevity of their time in the space as well as the quality of the products. So currently, like he said, it's in these BIGshot as well as the Delta McKenzie animals we have behind us. What we've done to enable this in these specific targets is we put our technology into an NFC chip that our app is going to interact with. And Levi can tell you a bit about the NFC chip and app interaction.
So what we're going to do with the QuivAR app is we're able to tap, just like you would tap for Apple Pay or any other kind of tap to pay device. We're going to tap this device. It's going to authenticate the app and the target, and then you're going to be able to use artificial intelligence to scan the image on there, and then that's going to automatically take the anatomy, place it inside of the target, and it's going to be anatomically correct for a whitetail, a mule deer, an elk, a grizzly, whichever target that we're looking at.
And what it's going to show is it's going to show the skeleton, it's going to show the heart, lungs, guts, the stuff that we as bow hunters, you know, want to look for when we're shooting the real thing.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And kind of like we talked about on the podcast the other day, this is going to help hunters make ethical shots, right? We don't want to have to aim for rings anymore. We want to aim for the best angle, whether you're from a tree stand or quartering away or quartering to. What this technology is going to do is it's going to show the vitals on there so we can better understand our arrow placement when we're practicing.
So guys, we have your chip on here. It's just set there now. The final product, it'll actually be laid into the target. We have it on here just for demonstration purposes. Yeah,
Delta McKenzie's been fantastic to work with, so they're going to help us with these molds. It's going to have a built-in chip that is on there, and it's weatherproof, and it's ballistics grade NFC chips. So it's been perfect working with them. It's going to fit in there really nice and never going to cause problems.
All right, so Matt,
Sure.
I'm an archer. I take my shot at this target. What am I going to do?
Okay, so after we've done our shot, I'm just going to walk up and go into the app, scan my target. Immediately the anatomy pops up there. And once the anatomy's up, you can start to see all of the different objects shown on the screen there. So if we want to peel back the anatomy, we can be like, oh, let's take the skeleton off, the lungs off, all the liver off, all the other stuff there, and we're left with the heart.
So the heart,
so now,
right there.
Exactly. So you can see right where your heart shot would be.
Yeah, so that's where you'd want to shoot, not there.
And as we look up there, the heart actually remains in the correct part of the animal as we move around.
That's cool.
So you can start to see from your different angles, like here I can tell that heart is right behind some of the skeleton. So I'd probably, that shoulder area, that's obviously a super risky shot for multiple reasons, but you get to see why.
That's cool.
Here, I'll give it to you, you can drive it around for a second there.
Yeah, I like that. So like, okay, frontal, where is the heart? You know, not that we want to take that shot, but just to know. Anywhere you go with it. Levi, like you were talking about for ethical shots. Okay, scoring rings, in the scoring world, this is your heart. Well, if you're shooting it at a quarter, that's not going to be where you want to hit it as a bow hunter. It's where you want to hit it for score, but we want to see where is the best place, which you don't always know. But with this, if you have an arrow in there, you can look right away and see, okay, yeah, you know, this is too far forward, this is about right, depending on the angle.
Yeah, and same thing with tree stand, right? We want to aim up high. We're not exactly aiming for those rings. And what we like about the app is you're aiming at a target with your own bow, your arrows. You don't have to change anything. It's all just in the app.
Yeah.
And so what's special about that is I'm aiming at a target just like I would every day. I'm training on placement, not training on aiming for rings. And then after the shot, you come up and you can analyze it and make sure, as a learning tool, right, of, okay, I am supposed to aim back here further than what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're not trying to push this as turn everyone to a trick shot shooter by any means. Like, you're still meant to be taking these ethical shots.
Sure.
This is just one level further of allowing you to see that shot placement and confirm, like, oh no, actually, I thought I had to shoot a little further back, and no, I should be shooting farther forward, or whatever that means for the angles. And I always joke, you drive by people's yards and you see these sitting out there perfectly broadside, and like, we all want that perfect broadside, you know, uninterrupted shot, but there are times where you are gonna have a little bit of an angle, whether that's from a tree stand or from being in rocky or mountainous terrain, or potential with an animal walking and getting them to stop. They might not stop, believe it or not, perfectly broadside. And in those cases, this is just a fun tool to be able to interact with it and understand what you can do.
From a tree stand, I mean, this is a perfect shot. Even though the deer, you know, if my tree stand's here and I'm shooting this way, the deer is going away from me. That's still, I'm taking that shot every time. But now, do I put the arrow here? Do I put it here, here? How do you know on this target? Now you do know.
Yeah, and one of the classic first moments of QuivAR for Levi and I was, we're out at our 3D range shooting, and again, we were sort of ignoring the rings, and we were scoring ourselves off of what we call our hunting score.
Yeah.
And we were saying, let's take a heart shot on this, and we both shot, and we walked up to it and went into the argument of like, no, I actually think I hit the heart. No, this was the better shot. And that was the beginning of the aha of like, oh no, we could actually put the anatomy in this and say, and of course my shot would have been the better shot of who got the heart.
All right, guys, so we are obviously standing here with the BIGshot whitetail target, but we have other targets, and more importantly, different animals. So the X-ray series to start is going to be the whitetail. We have an axis deer. We have the Big Daddy buck, which is another whitetail mule deer. Now, elk and the bear in the back, obviously not the same anatomy as a deer.
Yeah, what's really exciting about having these different animals is they have completely different anatomy. So having the elk anatomy and the bear anatomy, we can compare and contrast the differences between the whitetail and these other animals. For example, on the grizzly, everybody knows that the heart is, or is there two hearts in the grizzly? I forget. No, we have to place all these in different locations, right? And the bone structure is different between the elk and the deer, right? So we accounted for all of that. The scapula and the angle between the femur and the scapula, you know, we've accounted for all of those, and it's exciting to actually see these on real anatomically correct targets.
Yeah, we definitely spent some time working with various professionals, from veterinarians to wildlife officers, to figure out anatomy, structure, and how to place these inside these deer. One thing you have to note is these deer and these foam objects might not be that perfectly anatomically correct. So there's a bit of a leap you have to take there, but the cool thing is you're going from shooting a foam unintelligent target to being able to shoot a next generation target that you can just educate yourself and hone in that muscle memory.
Yeah, and like the grizzly is not, as we mentioned, the broadside standing flat, but your app will have the anatomy arranged the way the target is standing.
Exactly. As close as these are anatomically correct, we've placed our anatomy to be inside of them as well to match their figure.
Well, guys, this is all cool to talk about, but we want to show people what it looks like while we're shooting at it. So we got a little challenge that we're gonna take on here, shooting a couple of these different targets so that people can see what it looks like. And hey, why not make it a competition as well?
Let's do it.
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
All right, guys, so here we are. We got the elk and we got the grizzly bear. We got a quartering shot on the elk, a frontal on the grizzly bear, just so we can show what the shot looks like. But we want to stress what we're going for here is a true hunting shot, rings don't mean anything. We want to do this. So,
Absolutely.
Who wants to go first?
Oh man, after you, of course.
Me.
Yeah.
All right, so we already know. Let's see. Let's double check our range here. We're going to shoot 40 yards on the elk, and we quartered it pretty good. Just to, I mean, as we were saying, in the wild, this is a perfect shot. You take this one all day long.
You're taking that shot, 40 yards, bull elk.
Yeah. But where exactly do you shoot it? I don't know. I'm gonna guess and see what happens. We even got a good wind.
Bringing out the excuses already.
Yes. You gotta have the excuses.
Ooh, that's gonna be a good one.
It's in there.
You want me to stop
I like it. I'm gonna say, in real life, I'm gonna say it's too far forward.
I think so.
QuivAR's about to tell us.
QuivAR will tell us. Correct. I think that's the shot. Good shot, Levi. I think you got the heart. This will be good because it's the exact same height as mine, but
Yeah.
you're back and I'm forward. Let's see what Matt does. Okay.
Split the
We're
two.
gonna see, that's like lung area.
Split
but
the two.
see. All right, let's go see what QuivAR tells us.
Check it out. Oh man, I don't know.
All right, guys. So here are our arrows. Before we do anything, we're gonna give the folks at home time. Who do you think has the better shot? Comment in the section below before we keep going on. PJ, Matt, Levi.
That's right.
Put your comments in there. All right, so Levi, we are shooting the QuivAR enabled target. So we walk up here. What happens now?
So I just pulled my phone out of my pocket and I'm gonna be here on the home screen. I'm just gonna activate this target. It's gonna give me the option to scan our chip. And I'm gonna scan that. Then the anatomy pulls up. And so at first we can see, you know, the arrows and all of the anatomy.
Yeah,
but
come
as
around
we
this side and shoot.
as we can
look
see,
at that.
Ooh.
All those ribs. I didn't even know elk had that many ribs.
yeah, so we can see the different scapula, the kind of big vertebrae and everything. But what we want to do is as we start to remove these, so we can see who the winner is, the big reveal
Heart. That's what we're going for. The heart.
Let's
So
remove
we can remove.
I'm not
everything.
feeling that good about it.
The
my shot
lungs,
being-
and then
Lungs
once we get
there.
these lungs off, so we want to be parallel with the
Oh,
arrows.
look at that.
So whoever this bottom arrow is,
Levi.
anybody know?
Let me check.
Straight through. Pinwheeled that
Money
heart.
shot.
That is awesome.
Woo! You could have done that with a field tip.
But so, I mean, that just illustrates, like I took my shot, I felt like I was aiming in the right place, but clearly that's where you want to be. How do you know that unless you practice this?
Yeah, and we're all relatively outside what you would consider the traditional scoring
Yeah.
rings or lung ring, whatever you want to call that.
Scoring ring would, the heart on the target would have not been good.
Yeah, but it's kind of neat. You can see, you know, it looks like the anatomy is moving, but it's always in there just depending on what angle that you're looking at.
We're just changing the perspective, but the heart is where it is, no matter where you go around that target, which is cool. And so Levi, he just wants to keep going back. So
I just want to make sure everyone sees where that is.
It's a pretty fantastic shot.
All right, Levi gets the point. Let's take a shot at the bear.
Let's do it.
All right, guys, so now we're gonna shoot the grizzly bear. Levi gets to lead off because he won the last target.
You know it.
But we're shooting this one head on just so we can show the capabilities that QuivAR has from a frontal angle. We want to see what that looks like. So we're at 45 yards now, Levi.
45 is the call?
45.
All right, you got it.
Bear looks like he's not moving, so.
All right. So when you shot there, Levi, that reminded me, we're thinking heart again.
I hope so.
And so I think, like where the scoring rings are, I think that's actually like, you're missing the heart if you shoot for the scoring rings. But your shot to me looks like where it should be. I don't know bears, but that's what it looks like to me.
I'm not sure I want to say anything and give any advice away.
Now, Matt's looks like it'll be in the center of the scoring rings.
Yeah, right?
But again, I don't know bears. To me, I think that's high. I don't know.
I feel like it's high.
I might go right in between those, BJ.
Let's see. Well, I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm aiming right at your arrow.
Ooh.
Right at it.
Ooh.
If you hit it, I hit it. All right, so we have our shots on the bear. Folks, before we walk up and see what the scores are, who do you think has the best shot? Let's check it out. All right, Levi, Matt, there are our arrows. We should mention here, Matt, you pinwheeled the IBO 11 ring.
Smokes that IBO.
I think the heart is down here, but I have no idea.
Yeah.
We're gonna let QuivAR tell us.
All right, so here's the anatomy, right? The bear anatomy is a lot different.
That's cool.
And so let's start to pull some things off here.
Yeah.
Oh
There
man,
goes the guts, there goes the skeleton.
All right.
I think
So
that's
then
heart
there's
slower than
the
I was
lungs.
expecting.
All right, let's get in line with our arrows again. And I don't know if you can see this, but
We all missed it. It's actually it's directly between us.
Sort of split.
Between me and
split.
Levi and Matt is where the heart is. How about that? So you wouldn't know that. So now, Matt, right now we're looking at the perspective and we're figuring things out. But you guys are working on something that will take that out of it.
Yeah, the next generation of QuivAR is going to allow for arrow scanning detection, and it'll actually measure your distance and interact with those organs on the inside to tell you exactly how far you're away from everyone. And that'll even work on these targets that are available
That you have now,
because we'll
yeah.
just push that as a software update into the app in the future. So super excited about that.
So if theoretically, like mine were dead center in the heart and Levi's was just out, we would know that.
Yeah, you'd get a distance between
100%.
that centroid of the heart and your arrow vector, as we call it.
Gotcha. Well, all right. Well, guys, now we're going to change locations to give an even cooler shot. We'll keep that a secret till we get there. All right, Matt, Levi, so we've shot the X-Ray series QuivAR enabled targets on flat ground. We're in a new location now, obviously. Now we're going to see what QuivAR can do from a unique angle. We're going up into the trees. All right, guys, so here we are. We're in Pennsylvania, tree stand hunting whitetails. This is what we do. And so practicing with a 3D target, obviously we're not aiming at the scoring rings for bow hunting practice. So where is the place where you're supposed to aim? QuivAR's gonna tell us.
Let's go.
So, where do I want to aim? I'm gonna try right there.
great.
I think that's the spot.
That looks great.
That's taking me back to my roots here.
I like it.
Went a little high on
That's
him
good. One of us.
to cover that side.
I'm thinking, because our left-right is the same, one of us has to be in there.
Yeah, it feels good on that angle.
Levi's gonna hit it and prove us all both wrong.
I think those are looking really good.
waiting to hear smash.
Robin Hood. All right, trifecta down there. Let's go see.
Let's see what QuivAR tells us. Once again, folks, before we walk up and put QuivAR on it, you tell us in the comments below, who do you think has the best shot? All right, guys, 3 good-looking shots. I have no idea which one's in the heart, but Matt, QuivAR's gonna tell us.
Let's go. Okay, so just open up the app here. Gonna tap into the target and then give it a quick scan. And now my anatomy's up. Obviously from this angle we're not gonna be able to tell much, but let's peel back. Skeleton off, take the lever off or other eye. Let's see where that heart is. All right.
Get an angle with it.
Hard to tell from that angle, but the
Come
arrows. Who's got it?
Got it right
it
on
looks
the
like
top
that top one. Matt, that's you.
Yeah, I would have thought that I was a bit over it.
What's it look like from the front?
So that's the thing. From the side, you're looking at it, but when it comes over here, I can see that. Not looking at the angle of your arrows, yeah, that's the one.
It really helps to see the heart from the front angle as well, right? So you can then see the.
Then you can see.
Yeah.
Where's that angle going to? Yeah. So perfect example. Otherwise, how do you know what actually is a good shot at that steep angle? I think we'd have got the deer.
Yeah, I think all 3 of us.
We'd have hit some good stuff, but there's Matt. Cool. He gets the heart. All right, guys. Hey, appreciate your time in showing us the QuivAR-enabled targets.
Yeah, thanks for having us here. Couldn't be more proud to have Lancaster Archery helping us out with this. And we're excited for not only this generation of QuivAR, but also what we're doing next. We've got a bunch of fun things on board. This is just the first launch of QuivAR. A lot of stuff planned.
All right, folks, new technology, next generation of 3D targets. You tell us what you think about this technology. Leave a comment below. If you want to see all the targets that are available, the X-Ray series, QuivAR-enabled, BIGshot, and Delta McKenzie, if you want to see what's available, click the link in the description below. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to click that bell to get notifications whenever we put out new videos. And as always, if you have any questions, you can visit us at lancasterarchery.com.